Yeah, 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 yeah. Living in Babylon, huh? Stay safe though, you know what I mean? Yeah, stay safe, straight up, straight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These niggas full of buffoonery. Try me, they gon' read your eulogy. Gemini, you know it's two of me. Niggas don't know what to do with me. Alien, I feel immortalized. Only protected, we fortified. Nigga, you die, play with Mordecai. Lay in the ditch if you play with me.
Running backs, how are they progressing now you're about a week in camp?
I'm glad you asked that today. I thought we had some really, really good runs today. A couple pops on some cutback lanes. You guys got their shoulders square. Daniel had a nice one. TV had another good one. AK Deer had a touchdown on a rail route. It was a competitive day for the running back. So I felt like it was coming from all different directions.
Now, like he just said, it was a competitive day for the running backs. That goes a long way right there. You know the running back room is stacked. I repeat, the running back room is stacked. No cap. So I'm sure Ryan Grubb is very happy about that. Once again, practice day 5. I had to dive right in so we can get to the business. But just as far as the run game goes in general, you want your running backs to be really like that. Yeah, shit, yeah. And the more competition, the better. The more talent, the better. They got some dogs back there this year. Daniel Hill, you know the story, to deal with Daniel Hill. Put in that real effort off season, lost some weight, shed down. You got EJ Crowell coming in, young freshman. Trayshawn Brown, young freshman. You got numerous weapons all in the backfield. AK Deer, will he explode this year? You know what I mean? So weapons across the board for Alabama as far as the running back room goes. Question is, how will the O-line produce? How will the O-line perform? That is the main question right there, or one of the main questions for sure. Right? Who will step up? Who will show out? Let's get back to
it. So everybody was showing up and doing a really good job. So I think that the competition, is held strong. Those guys I think that's one of the biggest parts right now is the guys feeling that level of competition in the room.
Can you elaborate on AK? What have you seen from him over the last year that's kind of put him in this position to contribute?
Maturity. And I mean that. I can remember being right out here in fourth quarter with him, and just the things that he thought were possible at that time compared to what he thinks possible now is very different. So I think he's a great teammate. He's a guy who can lighten the mood, spark guys a little bit, and that's been
very interesting right there. So he said maturity. Now, we know AK Deer has all the talent in the world. We know that as a fan base, for sure, has all the talent in the world when it comes to explosiveness, acceleration, speed, etc. But like Ryan Grubb just said, maturity, growing up, learning the game, being more mature within the game, but more mature outside of the field as well, right? As far as the work you put in, mature in your nutrition, in your work ethic, in your development, learning the game, etc. So growing up, becoming a young man for real. We go.
Something that has been really enjoyable. But also, just being a better football player, like AK understanding protections was one of the issues of getting on the field, and he's come a long ways.
Who is the offense having the hardest time blocking right now?
We got a couple good guys on defense. DT's been phenomenal as a player. He plays out on the edge. He'll play the B gap on you. He's a really tough player. He's super versatile. And then, obviously Yanze, think the world of him. And I thought, just early in camp, I've seen Yanze kind of take it to another level. So he's done a great job.
Yanze Pierre, I believe Yanze Pierre has a chance to have the most sacks in college football. Yeah, I said it. I repeat it again. I believe Yanze Pierre has the chance to have the most sacks in college football this year. A real difference maker, a real dog on that field. Here we go. Roll Tide.
Red Morgan, I think is fantastic off the.
Red Morgan per dog. Red Morgan per dog. Once again, that secondary player brings physicality, brings aggression, brings a certain attitude on the field. Some things you just can't coach, like what? Attitude, swagger, demeanor, violence. Violence. He wants to bring pain, right? What Zabian Brown said. They've been putting in that pain for real. So Red Morgan, a definite dog round yonder. He's gonna set the tone for sure. And shout out Ryan Grubb, giving love to the defense as well. Hell, roll tide. Yes, sir.
Edge as a nickel. I think he's one of the most slippery guys I've seen out there. And then obviously Hub, when he pressures, is really, really tough to block as well.
What's allowed Mason to sort of translate to the SEC and then to play with his a little bit of lack of size in that position?
Yeah, racing's bigger than people think. I mean, he operates, over 300 pounds pretty consistently. And, I just always tell him he kind of looks like a retired surfer. He's got a little bit of that going on. So that's not, at first you're kind of looking at him like, how big is this guy? But he's got decent size. He's super athletic, though. And I think that's the part that when he got out there and just played and realized he had the athleticism and physicality to do this, especially against our front, I think that gives him the confidence that he knows he can do it.
During the time we were out there, we got to see a little bit of the tight ends going up against the edge guys.
Yeah.
What do you like about the physicality of the tight end group?
Well, I mean, I think it starts with how that room has operated, honestly, since the off season. I would say they might be the closest room on the team. They support each other, they push each other, and so when they don't see it and the bar, the standard isn't reached, they're not scared to challenge each other. I think the drill work that Coach Owens works.
And that's
with those
very
guys is
important. That's very important right there. That's what you need right there. Dog sharpen dog, period. Somebody slacking, lacking, pick them up. Hey, bro, tighten up, tighten up. You want leadership just like that. Then we talk about the physicality, the mental attitude of a TJ Ford, aggressive, the aggressor. Call him an enforcer per se. But he loves to block. He loves to block. He loves to be physical. He love to punch you in your mouth straight up. You hear me? That's real Bama ball, the Bama way right there. And that's what we need. We talking about improving this run game, taking this run game to a different level. Oh, please believe it starts up front, tight ends, O-line, etc., man. You know it. I know it. Let's get to it.
Commanding. The run game piece has really come along with those guys. But I think the drill work looks like the team reps, and I think that's where it starts. When you can transition, achieving what you emphasize, and showing up on team reps, that's a huge part of it.
I know it's still pretty early, but do you feel like one of the quarterbacks is starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack?
Not yet. No, not yet. They've been doing a good job. It's been an even battle.
How's Coach Ellis been with those guys, and is his approach with quarterbacks had to be maybe a little different than it was with tight ends?
Yeah, obviously Coach Ellis was a really good quarterback himself. Has coached that position before, and so I think that transition honestly was probably easier for him than the transition to coaching tight ends. I think he's a natural quarterback coach. He's got good demeanor. Coach Ellis is one of the best guys that he's a relationship builder. And I think you got to have that in the quarterback room. They got to feel the belief. They got to know that you're knowledgeable and you're understand structures and defenses and where to put the ball. But at the end of the day, they need guys that can have their back. And Coach Ellis is outstanding at that.
We won't talk to you until into the scrimmage on Thursday. What are you looking from both those quarterbacks to move the needle in that competition on Thursday at the scrimmage?
Yeah, I think the command of, I keep saying command, and I think one of the things that, I've been challenging them just now is command of a practice. I want to know what it feels like when the chips are down a little bit in a practice, or maybe we had a 3 and out and move the ball. What did they look like? And, how are their teammates responding?
So he wants to see the way they respond. The way they face challenges. Do they face them head on, or do they shy away from them? Which quarterback can handle the pressure? When the game is on the line, practice, big time situation, whatever. Which quarterback can handle the pressure the most and step up to the challenge? Third downs, if practice ain't going your way, the game ain't going your way, who can withstand the rain, dog? That's what Ryan Grubbs wants to see at the end of the day. Basically, a true captain, a true leader. You understand me? Here we go. But bottom line is, who can put the team on their back and carry them? When the crowd gets loud, you may be down a touchdown or two. Who can stay calm and stay stoic and stay calm and stay focused on the task at hand and believe in himself and make other players around him believe in him. Right? Here we go.
And so certainly you can't just have the rah-rah guy starting, you can't throw the freaking ball, but I'm definitely looking for command because they're both capable physically of making all the plays. Now you're starting to look at decision-making, completion percentages, turnovers, explosives, how all those things obviously weigh out, but then also just, does it look like that guy believes, like, I'm gonna make this play? And, both those guys are getting better at that every day.
Talk about Grayson's athleticism.
Yeah.
Obviously Parker was an athletic guy too. How important is it to have an athletic center for what you want to do offensively?
I think, the first thing is you got to have some scheme that fits that, you want a guy versatile enough that you can run some pin pull, some counter, get him out on the move on screens, things like that. But at the same time, you need a guy that can be strong enough to hold the middle in the A-gap and run duo, and get physical and move line of scrimmage. And I really do think Racing has that blend.
Germany did a lot with you guys in terms of jet sweeps, going over the
Right.
field, did everything. Is there a guy who you think can approximate that, or is it just trying to get that production out of the whole world?
I would say, first of all, Ryan Williams is a guy that I think you put him in any situation, and he's electric with the football. So I think Ryan is a guy that starts there, a lot serious, fantastic in space. You kind of start there with those two guys, and I think they're really good against us.
Kind of sticking with wide receivers behind Ryan last year, the guys that have those
Yeah.
experience. How do you feel about the other receivers, maybe some of their growth results?
Yeah, I think Rico and Derek Meadows are growing every day. I thought Rico had a really good day today. Derek's been showing up every day. Derek might be one of the hardest workers on the team. Both.
Shout out Derek Meadows. And the wide receiver room is pretty thick as well. A lot of talent around there, a lot of young guys ready to step up this year, take it to the next level. Veterans in there who got a point to prove as well. Ryan Coleman Williams, to name one.
In the classroom and on the field, and is a guy that just like any young player, sometimes they stay down when the plays are down and struggle to get back up there. And now I've just seen Derek just fight right back right away, and been really impressed. Those two guys have stood out quite a bit. And then Sedarian, for a young guy, is still learning, but is making a lot of plays as well.
And Sedarian Morgan, Sedarian Morgan, he picked number 8. You put on number 8, you must want to be great, dog, for real. Julio Jones, legendary. Big shoes to fill, but if anyone can do it, it is Sedarian Morgan. You look at his wingspan, you look at his size, speed, height, power. He has all the intangibles, all the physical traits too. Dominate like Julio Jones dominated, baby. I mean, he's making flashes already. Young freshman, watch him work.
How would you compare where the offensive defense is?
This is the perfect pair for your iPhone, and it replaces 3 different chargers. So when I travel, I don't pack extra cables, I don't have to pack extra bricks. This covers my phone, my watch, and anything.
Competition between this season and last season?
Between each other, or I think they're highly competitive. I've been super impressed with what the guys look like initially, just the energy between each other. But I think the key for any good football team, what our guys have done a good job, or I think honestly maybe a better job than last year, is you want a team that is competitive, not combative. And that's what I've seen. You got to have the ability, like, there's going to be some skirmishes. Like, don't get me wrong, but guys can get over it. They can go talk after practice. And I think you're starting to see a really tight football team, and that'll take us a long ways.
What do you see from the cohesive?
Real accurate, very accurate. Chemistry, unity, brotherhood, real love type shit that will, you absolutely correct, Ryan Grubb, that will take you a long way. Chemistry is very important. I don't care how much talent you have. If you don't have any chemistry, it don't matter. You don't have real unity, real brotherhood, it doesn't matter at all. Here we go.
We're getting there. Grayson, I thought he had a little bit of a down day yesterday in the command department. I think it starts there with how he communicates. Mal Waldrop's been a guy that's been kind of a guy that's a good echo player. Like you're hearing the calls come back from Mal. He's really helped. So I think you're looking at some of the glue guys. Michael Carroll's getting a lot more vocal, which has been really, really good to see. So I think when the voice comes from the inside out to those guys, the lines of communication are a lot cleaner, and the gel will happen a lot quicker when you get that voice from the inside out.
Has Mal been a surprise for you?
No, Mal hasn't. I think, just he's always had this really steadfast, kind of stoic, like, I'm going to be able to get this done. I think maybe he might be potentially ahead of schedule for what maybe some people thought, but we always knew he was tough and smart and dependable, and that's really what has shown up is a physical football player.
Coach, you mentioned how the quarterback or how the team responds to the quarterbacks. How big of a role does that play in the overall decision in determining starter?
I think if it's even money, it plays a really big part. If all things are equal, statistically, how they're playing, all those things, then, you're obviously looking for the guy that can lead the football team a little bit better. But
Who is the leader? Who is the true leader, dog? Who can step up in the big moments, like I said earlier, and put the team on his back? No questions about it. You must separate yourself. Will it be Keelan Russell? Will it be Austin Mack? Both two very talented quarterbacks. Question is, like Ryan Grubb just said, which one can be that ultimate leader?
At the end of the day, again, you still have to have a guy that can make plays. I've coached guys that are extremely quiet in practice and are exceptional leaders on Saturdays. Michael Penix is a great example of that. So you have to work with the guys in that regard, but continue to help them grow. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Shout out Ryan Grubb.
Get 8 grams of protein
Shout out Ryan Grubb once again. You hear
with
me?
Go-Go Protein Fruit Smoothie.
I expect a lot more from Ryan Grubb. I ain't going cap. I expect Ryan Grubb to definitely turn it up a notch. His play calling will go a long way in how the run game performs. He's the man who's calling the game, putting in the schemes, etc. Can he elevate his play calling for the betterment of his team is the main question. Matter of fact, so we talk about O-line and Kalen DeBoer and the receiving core, quarterback. It doesn't matter if Ryan Grubb doesn't do his job well, right? If Ryan Grubb comes out like last year and he calls dumb plays or he goes away from the run for whatever reason, it's going to be a major conundrum, right? So where is his mind at specifically? What is he prepared and ready to do when we're talking about running the football? We're talking about murder ball. Is it going to really be murder ball? Are they really putting an emphasis on murder ball, baby? You have to tote the tater. Here we go. We shall see. Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide. Huh? Ain't nothing rolling but the damn tide. Here we go.
Made with real fruit and no added sugar.
I would say I feel a lot stronger, extremely more confident in the playbook now that I know everything, and coming to work every day knowing like I have a spot secured and I can just go to work every day and get better at it. Like I feel extremely confident going into year 2.
You had previously mentioned, the media availability that, or maybe prefer playing tackle.
Michael Carroll probably going to be a big dog in that field. He was moved to the guard position for a reason. Obviously, they think he will perform better at the guard position for whatever reason. It don't matter. He's versatile. If anybody can do it, he can do it. So let's see how he performs. But like he said, he feels stronger. That's a good thing. Now let's see if he can go out there and move bodies.
It's been extremely smooth. Like I'm like, you know what? They have the experience. They have the knowledge of like Alabama and the pros. Like if they're telling me it can help me go to the NFL and NFL scouts like to see this, I'm like, why not? I'm the player. Like I love playing football no matter where it is. So I'll be happy to win like games for them at guard or anywhere they want to play me.
You're the lone returner from last year's offensive line. Just what are some of the differences that you've seen from last year to this year?
I mean, a lot. Like the whole room's different, but like I feel like we're all like gelling together pretty well. We all work very hard every day. So I think it's been great.
What's the relationship like with Coach Leonard?
It's really great. Like he came in, really easy to talk to and really easy for us to all engage with him in meetings. he teaches us all like the same. He's like a player, so he can kind of knows how to interact with us. So it's really been just outstanding. I mean, Raisin's like a really tough, smart, dependable kid.
Building that coach-player relationship, that true bond, etc., to the point where the player really trusts in the coach, trust that the coach will put them in the best position to win. But like he said, Adrian Clem, he feels very comfortable with him. That's very important when you talk about a player being able to talk to a coach, tell him how he feels for real. Understand me? So that goes a long way as far as building unity, building chemistry, right? One big cohesion for a reason. Very important, man. You can have all the talent in the world. Guess what? If you don't have a true bond amongst men, amongst a brotherhood, teammates, you won't get very far. Here we go, man.
So it's been awesome playing next to him. Like, our communication's great out there on the field, and he's great off the field. So like, I just want to play my hardest for my teammates that I play next to. So it's been great.
What about that right tackle spot?
Yeah. They both looked awesome. Like, they're battling it out, and I love competition. And I'm like, I want to play with the best guys I possibly can play with. So whoever's the better player, like, let's go out there and roll, man.
Is there somebody on the defensive line that's pushing you and challenging you?
I think our whole entire defensive line is like really good this year. If I had to say two guys, I'd probably say Yanze over here and Devin Tompkins are like probably pretty tough matchups.
What is Terrence Green?
Terrence Green as well, yeah, man. I mean, he's also just like a big force, a lot of mass there. He's really strong, smart, great football player. Thank you, appreciate it.
Terrence Mean Green, real animal. I was very excited when they acquired Terrence Mean Green out of Oregon. Everybody know Oregon was mad as hell with losing him. But he will be a starter. The rotation is crazy already. But trenches up front, Bama definitely solidified the trenches, man. Let's get back to it.
Let's kind of talk about the running backs. That's something that we're focused on this fall camp.
That room's extremely talented. I feel like they're putting it all together. We got any type of back you need back there, power backs, speed, whatever you need, man. So that room, I feel like they're going to, break out for a lot of yards this year. They've all looked great. Like the freshmen you said, EJ and Trayshawn, both like outstanding players, young guys, but I think they're both going to be special talents. I'm fully like settled into playing guard. Like, that's what they want me to do. I'm here. I love to play football no matter where it is. Like, let's do it, man.
Call him Mr. Versatile per se. You put him at tackle, put him at guard, it don't matter. He gonna work, he gonna eat. He gonna eat straight up.
Like, they got all the experience. They want me to play guard. I'm happy to go do that. I just want to win national championship with the guys. I played guard all 4 years. Actually, my first year I started on the D-line. Varsity, I played DN, D-tackle. Yeah. It was probably the fourth quarter program when I first got here. That was pretty tough. But when on a football field, I'd probably say Yanze Pierre was probably eye-opening for me, like as a freshman, and LT Overton. I was a little bit, of a challenge right away, but I got the hang of it. Right. I'd probably say, the quickness, because I'm always been like an athlete, really good with my feet. Like, I've been playing sports my whole life, so I was really prepared for this level of competition.
So you got where you were squaring up with Yanze a little bit before you got where you can do it for those?
Yeah, I would say so a little bit. Just because LT had that experience, Texas A&M and here, so now he's on the Cowboys. Yeah, that's right.
What's it like to be sophomore and yet the guy being here?
Can you repeat the question? You can repeat the question.
What's it like being just a sophomore and being looked at as a guy that knows about the personality right here?
I feel like it doesn't matter for me because I feel like, if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's what they always told me. So I feel like step in the leadership role, no matter if you're a freshman or you could be a senior. Like,
Nah, big facts, no cap. I don't care if you're a freshman, junior, sophomore, senior. If you're a leader, you're a leader. If it's time to step up, step up. Don't fear nothing. Don't fear the leadership. Don't fear taking on that role. You understand me? Heavy. Now I want to dive into some camp nuggets right quick, then go back to the video. So some practice observations. First year defensive lineman Nolan Wilson is already looking more comfortable in only his second week of college practice. That's very good for him. Nolan Wilson obviously learning fast, developing fast, etc. Last week, we reported that he had struggled some during sled drills during the observation period, but today he earned consistent praise from the coaching staff. That's what it's about, right? Learning from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Turning your losses into wins, per se. Learning on the go. He's a young player, freshman, just getting his feet wet at the college level. He has to take it somewhere mentally, has to make the adjustments. College is a different game, a brutal game. A next step to the most elite level of the game, which is what? The NFL. So Nolan Wilson may have some growing up to do, but the fact he's getting better, improving, had a bad week, come back, boom, have a better week. That's what it's about right there. Question is, can he stay focused? Can he keep his mind right? And can he stay out of trouble? Here we go. Boom. At 6'5", 285 pounds, the Mississippi native is a massive body who can help Alabama at either bandit or on the interior. Does 1 week of progress mean he's ready to contribute in year one? No, but it is nice to see him doing things with a little more confidence and getting the proper recognition for it growth. And it's all about growth round yonder. You understand? For Tua Henry looks better physically than he did a season ago. Last year, the goal might have been for him to add as much mass as possible after being a little lean coming out of the JUCO ranks, but he's now a year into his transformation and his physique matches. We still don't know where he'll fit into the pecking order at Bandit, but with this being his final season of eligibility, we're certainly pulling for him to get into the mix. No doubt, no doubt. Get back to the vid. 1 second.
if you know ball and you can be a leader, step up and do your job. That's what I feel. A little bit, being the young guy, I guess you could say that. A little bit. Yeah, that's right.
The chest pump on this. But wait, if you want a better range of motion, loosen this up, extend the arms, and now you're getting an even better stretch, more range of motion here. Squeeze, it's all about that contract.
Honestly, I haven't really even dove into that because I'm 100% bought in on playing football and trying to win the national championship for Bama. That's right. General, I have no clue what to even say on that. I'm all Bama.
It's all Bama, Holmes, all Bama. You hear me? Roll Tide full of pride. Roll damn Tide. Here we go, man. What they talking about around yonder? Boy say he all Bama, huh? You hear me?
I know Perkins in practice is very vocal. It seems like he's kind of trying to instill a mentality. And just kind of talk about Coach Clem and just how he's kind of changed that offensive line, that offensive mindset.
He's definitely trying to change the mentality of I would say the run game mentality and being physical, but I've always felt like I've had that mentality already innately built into me and how I play and how I was raised by my family, but I feel like he's come in with a great mindset. Like, we're going to be able to run the ball. Like, we're going to be tough, physical group, understand our assignments, and, be able to get yards for our running backs and our quarterback.
You got to be able to run the ball, got to be able to dig deep, got to be able to punch teams in the mouth on a consistent basis, man. You hear me? We talk about toting that tater, getting that extra yard, scoring in the red zone, breaking the team down physically, mentally, and spiritually, huh? Taking their soul, taking their will. That's what running affords you. Huh. Very uncharacteristic of Bama last year, not being able to run yards, get the necessary yards, the tough yards. That's definitely not the Bama way. And the biggest thing to improve in training camp right now is running that ball. Here we go. Everything runs better when you run the ball. You understand me? You can see it in the whole operation.
Jackson, extremely athletic, smart, weight room numbers are off the charts. He's a great football player, great person off the field. And then the right tackle, spot is up for grabs right now. It's a competition between Nick Brooks and Javen James. And I want to play against the best players. So I love competition, let them battle it out, and I want to play next to the best player.
Michael, when you see you go through drills against, some of your fellow linemen,
right.
It's easy to see an edge that you bring to your game. Like, what's behind?
And one second. I get into some linebacker info. Caleb Woodson and QB Reese seem to be the first two linebackers up in a linebacker drill. The drill asks the defender to carry an inside receiver vertically up the field, so nothing too crazy. It does show off the player's fluidity and ability to turn or run, though. First-year linebacker Xavier Griffin is likely going to make a name for himself as a pass rusher. There's a reason he's been compared to former Alabama standout Jihad Campbell so much. Campbell brought elite edge traits, but he was also fantastic handling the off-ball responsibilities, including playing sideline to sideline and being a plus cover defender. Griffin brings the same traits. He's got future first-rounder written all over him. Xavier Griffin, a freshman to definitely look out for. Freshmen all in the room, every position, at every level. Understand me?
Your mindset.
My mindset is I want to be the best player I can be, and I also want to make it to the highest level possible in this game. So every day I don't take it for granted. I want to play like my best football.
It seems like you got a little like a nasty to it. Like,
okay.
Just an aggressiveness. What inspires that aggressiveness?
I'd say probably like the way I was raised by my family, always in sports, but then my dad does like jiu-jitsu, MMA. He was in the DA for 20 years. So then I wrestled, I played football, basketball, all these sports. So competition's just in my blood. Like my parents were both D1 athletes. So it's just in me.
Wow. That's a unique background for your dad.
Yeah.
What do you see from this defensive line? They brought some new guys in, but they've also talked about just increasing their size. What do you see from them?
Definitely an older group, more experience, a lot of mass, like you said. I love it. Going against these guys every day, it's going to only make me better. I can't wait to go against them every single day of practice because
dog sharpen dog, dog sharpen dog. No doubt.
They're great players around the whole entire line, so I'm like, let's get to work, and I just think it makes me a better player.
What's Terrence Green like to go against?
I mean, he's definitely a big, powerful guy, strong. So going against him every day, I appreciate the work. I love it. Competition back with me and him every day. So definitely a great player.
Yeah, and Leonard Sims, obviously you've gone against him before, but how have you seen him grow in his game?
I've seen him grow, understanding the whole game of football, and he has a little bit of that physicalness to him as well, and he's also quick, a little sudden, has great hands as well for a guy that's maybe undersized, so he's going to be a great player, just like he showed a little bit last year.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much it for practice 5, day 5 that we go. Some nuggets here and there. You know what I mean? AK Deer continued to be the first one up at running back. with Daniel Hill behind him. Don't make too much of that, as we mostly saw Richard Young leading the way, especially once Jam Miller went down a year ago before falling out of Alabama's rotation early. But with that being said, it's nice to hear that the second year back has had a strong summer. According to offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, is the light finally starting to come for him. So there you go, some practice 5 nuggets, man. Make sure y'all lock in with me tomorrow, rock and roll with me tomorrow. Campus here, etc. It's time to get down to the nitty gritty. You can't run from competition. You can't hide from competition from the season at all. September 5th is going down. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell as well. Share this with any and everybody you know for sure. Takes less than 1 second. Why not? Support the grind, support the channel. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Roll Tide full of pride, roll tide. Here we come.